movie director. Thank you. Don't leave. To watch Vampire Diaries upstairs. Just saying. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Another week, another video. I have filmed this video before, but I was not happy with my hair in the video, and I am not happy with my hair today. But today I'm just gonna have to film it. I'm gonna be talking about my Accutane experience and my whole entire acne story. Now I know there's a lot of you who suffer from acne, and I have talked about acne in some of my vlogs and previous videos, so a lot of you wanted me to sit and do a chatty video about acne. Also, if you hear grumbling in the video, it's my stomach. I am super hungry, and also the air conditioning is on because, let's be honest, if that wasn't on then I would die of a heat stroke because it's just so hot. A little background story of my skin. I never really had really clear skin. That was just when I was younger, but it was not as bad in my teen years. I feel like I had a breakout here and there, you know, just those hormonal breakouts that you get when you are transitioning and you start puberty, and you get a little bit of spots here and there. So it started from my forehead, and then I would get them on my cheeks, but they would go away within a week, and it wouldn't really leave a red spot on my face. It would just disappear and die. However, when I started university, when I was around, I want to say 18 and a half, almost 19 years old, that is when the problem started. I started getting really bad adult acne. It was so bad. It was deep in my skin, and whenever I would touch it, it would pain me. If it would be near my mouth area, and if I would smile, it would pain me because it was so deep in the skin that it would be just so painful. Apart from the pain and everything, it would be a total hit on my confidence because I just felt like that nothing looked good. Makeup didn't look good because whenever I put on makeup, I could see the bumps on my face. I felt bad about my skin for so long. I tried home remedies, I tried face masks, natural face masks. I went to a couple of doctors. They recommended me numerous amounts of face washes and different types of antibiotics, which made my skin so dry that it would flake, and I would literally touch it and it would start shedding. It was so bad. Ladies and gentlemen, that was me at university. Very charming, very attractive. I knew I had really oily skin, so I guess that was one of the reasons why my acne was so bad. It was because my skin was producing excessive amount of oil. I remember times when I would come home from uni feeling really bad about my skin, and I would just Google ways to get rid of acne. There is an article on Wikipedia that gives you like step-by-step instructions on how to get rid of acne, and you have no idea. I've tried every single thing that's on that, and honestly, I swear to God, I kid you not, nothing on that list has worked for me. So Wikipedia, you better check that information out because it doesn't work. I had a friend in university who had similar acne skin condition compared to mine, and she told me that she'd gone to visit a doctor and he had prescribed her Accutane. And I had no idea and no clue about that drug at that time. I had done a lot of research, but it just never really popped up anywhere. I decided to do some research on Accutane, and I found some good results. I found videos on YouTube, I found articles and blogs. There were so many people who went on Accutane and had such a positive experience. It's a kind of a drug that you can't just go over the counter and buy. You kind of have to go to a doctor, get it prescribed and buy it. Because it is a strong drug and it does come with side effects, because nothing in this world is perfect. I decided to visit a doctor. This is what he said to me. He said that we could probably lend some oil to the country and get the industry working, because you have so much oil, it could be an oil field. And honestly, that is something that is super disgusting, but that is what my skin was at that time. I started my Accutane course. He prescribed me a face wash, a sunblock, because on Accutane your skin is very sensitive, so it's always good to have a sunblock. And he also prescribed me a moisturizer. He also told me to stay away from oily foods like deep fried items and dairy for a month. I was on Accutane for 1 month, and I took the 20 mg dose twice a day actually, once after breakfast and once after dinner. And I took that, and honestly the first month I could see results. I could see my skin clearing up, I could see there was less oil on my skin. My skin had really calmed down, the redness wasn't there, and all the acne that I had just went away. And I was like, oh my god, I have found the magic potion. I will never have to worry about acne ever again. But with great power comes great responsibility. Accutane may be a great drug to get rid of your acne and to make sure that your skin isn't as oily, and it's just, you know, it does target all of those issues, but it is not a perfect drug. It has a lot of side effects, and it is something that you should not have for longer than 6 months. I think 6 months is maximum. If your dermatologist is keeping on your Accutane for more than 6 months, you have to tell him no, because it's just not worth it, because it will mess with your body and your reproductive system. I don't really know how it affects, because every drug affects people differently. Now this is what the side effects of Accutane were on me. My eyes got really dry, and that is one of the biggest side effect of Accutane, is that it builds up resistance to contact lenses, and I am literally blind. My eyesight is -4. So I cannot not wear lenses. My eyes would become red and irritated because of those contact lenses, and I couldn't wear them long term. However, I think it's a very small price to pay considering how clear your skin gets. Another thing that I noticed in Accutane was that I was having excessive hair fall and I was losing my hair. It makes your scalp really dry and it makes your hair really dry as well. I had really good hair. Like I feel like my hair is still not bad. Like it could be worse. My hair is still healthy and it's not bad, but whilst I was in Accutane, my hair was falling, and it was falling fast. So I decided to use castor oil, almond oil, coconut oil, and those things do work. The intensity of hair fall can be extreme in some people. A prolonged period in Accutane can result in hair loss. So another thing that I noticed with my body was that I was getting a lot of hair growth on my face, and I was losing hair on my head and they were growing on my face, so not ideal. And that is something that triggered me maybe to get tested for PCOS, because that could be a symptom of having PCOS. Luckily, I don't have that, which is a very good thing. If you have acne and if you have hair on your face, then I would recommend you maybe get tested for PCOS, because that is something that can be done and it can be treated. But if you don't know the root cause of the problem, you cannot treat it properly. Another thing that I noticed in Accutane was that my skin became super sensitive. Whenever I would go in the sun, I would have some sort of sunblock on, or else literally my skin would burn. The areas where I experienced the most burning was on my nose and the tip of my nose. It would just feel really... Whenever I would go in the sun, it would just feel as if there's a tingly sensation on my nose, and sometimes it would peel and sometimes it wouldn't. But that just made my skin really sensitive, and I had to have sunblock on at all times, or else I would burn. And I have never been that person who would burn. Hashtag thankful to the melanin. I have never been one of those people who burn in the sun. So I probably was on Accutane for like 6 to 7 months. My skin was pretty clear, and I just figured that it was time to not take the drug any longer, because my skin had cleared up. And I had heard from a lot of people that whenever you're on Accutane, your skin kind of becomes amazing and you never really get acne again. But it can vary from person to person. Some people say that they do get acne after Accutane, and some people say they don't. So the next 6 months, the Accutane stays in your system, and I did not have any breakouts and my acne wasn't there. My skin wasn't that oily, but I feel like towards the end of 6 to 7 months of not having the drug, I could notice that my skin was getting oily again, and I would get those same breakouts. However, the intensity of my breakout wasn't as severe as it used to be, but I decided to start the drug again, and I took the drug again for 3 months, and my skin cleared up again. And the last time I had Accutane was probably 8 to 9 months ago. And I feel like my skin is more or less normal. It's combination. I wouldn't say it's like normal, it's combination, because I definitely do get oily on my T-zone, but I don't get as oily as I used to get back in the day. Accutane has worked out for me. I feel like it's a drug that can work for some people and cannot work for others, but I would 100% recommend you actually go to a dermatologist and try and see what it actually is and what the results are on you, because it's a drug that can help you. And if you have acne, I think you're willing to try anything possible, and rather than spending money on things which don't work, you should spend money on things which actually do work. Okay, so that is not all of my acne story. So the time I was on Accutane, and if I had a breakout, I went to a dermatologist and got dermabrasion done. I have a whole blog post with pictures of before and after on dermabrasion, and I will link it somewhere on the screen. Dermabrasion is basically just like a crystallized method of, I don't know, peeling your skin. it kind of gets rid of the layer of your skin which produces the oil. So that did work out for me quite well. If you have active acne, then you might need a couple of more sittings with a dermatologist to treat dermabrasion, but I feel like it's something that actually does work. Now I have that kind of skin that once I get a spot, when it goes away, it leaves behind a skeleton of a red spot, and that is just, it marks its place that it was there. It is a constant reminder for me that yeah, I had a spot and it's red and I can't do anything about it. So after my skin started clearing up, I decided now it was time for me to treat the red spots. I did so much research, I tried so much skincare out, and now it's safe to say that I know what works and I know what doesn't work. So if you have oily skin and you want to moisturize your face, use this. This is the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I've been using this for the past 2 years and I've not moved on to a different moisturizer because this is such a good product. It does not cause any breakouts. I think this is a great moisturizer for people who have acne prone, sensitive, oily skin. For the spots, I used 2 things. The first off, I started off with the Kiehl's Clearly Corrective Dark Spot Serum. Now this is literally a magic potion. This helps calming down redness on your face so well. It did not make my skin flaky, but if you don't use it for if I've run out of it and I'm not using it thinking that my redness is gone, it kind of comes back again, so you have to keep getting it. So I decided to test out another thing which I found, which was the Kypris Clearing Serum Balance and Calm. I love this stuff. Now I don't use Accutane anymore and I do have combination skin, and this thing helps keeping the oil, balancing the oil on my face so well. Honestly, this is a godsend of a product. I'm literally running out of it. It is off of Cult Beauty. They ship worldwide. This is not sponsored. I wish it was, though. It is not. I really genuinely like this product and it works. Okay, so when I'm not on Accutane and if I get a breakout, this is what I would use. This is Isotane Gel, which says it has isotretinoin in it and benzoyl peroxide. And isotretinoin, I can never pronounce this. I'll leave it on the screen. This is the active ingredient in Accutane as well. So you put this on a pimple, it dries it out, and the pimple goes away in maybe 2 days. So that's not bad. I really like it. Another thing that I want to mention, which I feel like I missed when I was talking about Accutane, was that if you are married and you are thinking of starting a family or you are pregnant, do not have Accutane because it is notoriously known to cause birth defects. Also, it is also a disclaimer, it is a drug that you should just not get over the counter. You should go to a dermatologist and see if they prescribe it to you. If I could give myself a piece of advice going back when I was younger, when I had acne, was that get a grip. Your skin is not gonna look this horrible forever. You will have better skin when you grow older, and the thing about acne is that you notice the pimples on your face more than other people. Yeah, there are gonna be some people out there who are just weird and they ask you, what is that on your face? Try not to hang out with those kind of people because honestly, you don't need those people around. Thumbs up, suck it up, your skin's gonna get better. There's so many things to be grateful for to have a healthy life. If I could go back and tell myself something, be like, thank you acne, it's because of you I have a blog. Well, I'm not sure if that's good advice, guys, but that's the only advice I can give you. I feel like I have equipped you with enough knowledge about acne, Accutane, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope it was informative, and if it was, make sure to give it a big thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and I will see you in my next week's video. Bye!